Welcome to the Gainbridge Fieldhouse Plaza, where we are just over an hour away from the most important basketball game that this city has seen in nearly 25 years. Alongside Stephen A. Smith, Kendrick Perkins, and Bob Myers, I'm Malika Andrews. These fans behind us are hoping for a spectacular performance, I would say, from their star, Tyrese Haliburton. One word to describe his series, Bob.
You're going to have to think about this a little bit after I say it. He's been patient.
Patient.
Not that I like that.
Patient is the word for Tyrese Haliburton. Well, you would have to imagine for the Pacers to get this one at home, they need more. More is the word I'm going to use from Tyrese. It's almost like they need to start playing it's the fourth quarter, it's time to get loud from the jump of this game, Stephen A., because that's where he's done most of his damage.
How do you let Bob Myers get away with that weak word?
What are you talking about?
I was thinking two of his words. Too passive. Too Tyrese Haliburton, this man is the engine that stirs everything for the Indiana Pacers offense. Without him, they have no chance of winning this finals. No chance. And he's got to be assertive. If he's assertive, they can win. But if he's passive, they can't. Tyrese Haliburton has to get aggressive, period.
Yeah, and unfortunately or not, this is how he plays, right? This is what he does. You're asking him to be somebody else. I am concerned, though, because
to be somebody else against the Knicks.
And you're right.
That's personal for him,
okay,
Bob.
I'm just going to leave that one. But 16 of his 31 have been in the fourth quarter, right? That's the hardest time to score in the game, right, Perk? That's the hardest time, the fourth quarter. Always. That's clutch time.
We can argue 50% of those points didn't count.
Okay, well, then that's another problem, because he started looking at the basket in the fourth quarter when the game was out of hand. Something switched in his mind. He said, all right, I'm going to go do this now. He's got to do that from the very start of the game.
Well, that's kind of why I was joking. Do they need to start playing the stuff on the Jumbotron in the fourth quarter? Do they need to start playing that from the jump so that he can kind of, what do you say, Perk could put a key in his back?
Well, first of all, I'm tired of the excuses when it comes down to Tyrese Haliburton. And I'm tired of him with the excuses. You know, they have the box score watchers. You damn right we watching the box score when it comes to you. You're not a role player. You're a star. You're set on the biggest stage. You're supposed to show up, and it's supposed to show up in the box score. I'm looking for him right now, and I'm saying, well, damn, Alex Caruso right now has 31 points in this series. Guess how many points Tyrese Haliburton got? 31 points. Hold on. Let me finish. He has 0 free throws. Are you kidding me? Yeah. 0 free throws. I don't care. It's a make or miss league. But you at least have to come out swinging.
Steve, let me ask Stephen A. something. So we've never seen a guy. The closest guy I can think of, and he's not this guy, is Robert Horry. We pick on this guy, but he's got 4 game-winning shots, right?
And that's how we know Robert Horry now, big shot Bob.
But like, how do we put that in the right place? Because I'm not disagreeing his numbers.
Well, first of all, there is such a thing. You give him credit and appreciation. 15 seconds are left, regulation, overtime. He's gone 5 for 5. The rest of the league was like 4 of 26 coming into the NBA Finals, coming after game 1 of the NBA Finals. We recognize the fact that he's had great moments, and he's a talented player. We're not getting on Tyrese Haliburton because he's some scrub. We're getting on him because he can play. We're getting on him because we expect better. We're getting on him because he needs to be better, because Oklahoma City is perceived as being better. And you've got to answer the call on this stage, because it's a championship on the line. All that passivity is not the time for it. Now's the time. You want the chip or don't you? Because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who plays the same position as you, is averaging 36. He's giving it to you. He's letting you know, I got the MVP. It ain't enough. I want the chip. Do you want it, Haliburton? That's what it comes down to.
And you're right in this capacity. We're in the third game. We're going into the third game. He has not had a great game yet. He took a great shot. He made a great shot. Very different than having a great game. But we all know he's capable. Now he's home. He's going to have one. That's all we're saying. Tonight and the next if they want to win.
Can you just paint a picture for me, like almost like we're inside a video game, of you're trying to get downhill. What does it look like? What are you seeing? You see Alex Caruso over here. Oh, Shai's over there. Can you just visually take me there?
Yeah, I think what this defense does so well is they're in to out at such a high level. So every time you're driving, it feels like there's more bodies than there really is, right? Like all those guys are so good at being in to out, being in 2 spots at once. You know, they're all elite defenders. So, you know, when I'm driving, I think even the slightest second of hesitation gives my defender time to get back in front of me and this defender time to get back out to the gap. So it feels like they're in more spots than they really are at times. And they really are, probably the best defense I've ever seen, in my career.
The best defense he's ever seen in his career, Perk. What makes it so difficult?
I agree, but that's another excuse because it's times that he has had isolations, and I got the tape. I can sit up here and talk. People say I lie, women lie, but guess what? Don't lie. This tape right here. Now look, he dribbles up the floor. He has the mismatch that he wants in Chet Holmgren. We know that Chet Holmgren can slide those puppies, but damn it, he's not even looking to score. He's going east to west, not north to south. Here we is again. Watch this here. Freeze it. He has the whole side of the floor. The left side of the floor is wide open for him to go and attack, put some pressure on the refs. But what does he do? He drives into the defense. Of course they're going to be there. Of course they're going to show help. Now, here go aggressive Tyrese Haliburton. Look how he turns the corner. Great play by Rick Carlisle, the double screen action. But look how he gets downhill with force. There we go. So it's one thing to put pressure and apply pressure on the Oklahoma City defense, but it's another thing to put pressure on the referees. And when you're talking about taking that level of greatness to another level, you put ownership and you get to the free throw line.
I think both things can be true, Perk. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I don't view it as an excuse. This Oklahoma City defense is historically great at turning teams over and scoring off it. Look what they did to Jokic. Look what they did to Anthony Edwards. And Haliburton is not the player as far as generating points for himself that both of those guys are. And this defense made both of those guys look very average at times.
So what does that mean? What are you proposing, Bob Myers?
Well, here's the problem.
Let me finish.
You know what?
Let me finish one more question. What are you proposing,
Well, here's
Bob?
the problem.
That he sits back and he goes like this. Wow, that's a great defense. That's the greatest defense I've ever seen. I don't know if I can be but so aggressive against them. Is that what he's supposed to do?
I think what we're all wanting is if they're going to go down, we want the Pacers to go down with Tyrese Haliburton being much more aggressive.
That's all.
That's all we're asking.
That's all we're saying.
Now the question is, can he?
You know what? All of you guys are focused on the scoring. For me, I'm looking at the assists, right?
Too.
That number going up, I think, could help a whole lot for this Pacers offense.
I agree, Malik. I played with a guy like Tyrese Haliburton. Matter of fact, he's the godfather of one of my children, and that is Rajon Rondo. Very similar players. But at times, Rondo had to realize, I got to step up and be aggressive because the way how teams were playing him. He had to show the world that I could actually put the ball in the floor. Again, he's going to make the plays. I don't think the assists are there, though. Here's why. Oklahoma City Thunder gets back in transition. They like to push
Not just that, Perk. If you know that this guy ain't looking to be assertive, it gives you an opportunity to cheat and key on those perimeter plays.
Great point.
One thing that's going to dictate, but it comes before all of this, right, is Tyrese Haliburton's health. So for more on that, let's bring in our senior insider, Shams Charania, because Shams, we saw after Game 2, Tyrese Haliburton had a little bit of a limp coming off of the podium after his post-game press conference. What more can you tell us about his status heading into this important Game 3?
Malika, Tyrese Haliburton said he had a lower leg thing. I'm told he has an ankle issue. He's dealing with soreness in that ankle, and the Pacers have said that it's a non-issue. He's not even on the injury report, and for his part, Tyrese Haliburton has downplayed any concern with an injury. He said he's fine, he's good to go publicly and privately, especially with 3 days in between Games 2 and Game 3, but he's got that tape on that leg. He was limping after Game 2, so they will be keeping a close eye, as fans will, tonight in Game 3.
Well, Shams, thank you for clarifying what a lower leg thing is for us. It's an ankle issue that he's working through. But as you and I both know, in the NBA Finals, you're always working through something. Shams, thank you so very much for stopping by NBA Countdown here. As our show continues, the celebration of the NBA Finals, this impressive floral sculpture. It's created by Mr. Flower Fantastic, Stephen A. I can't confirm if it's a photo-worthy moment. I haven't done it yet, but I think you probably should go out there and get it.
It looks very good. Very good
If
job.
you could do one to me, I need to put one of those in my yard.
You in flowers? Well, that's quite the task.
Nobody wants to see that.
NBA Countdown from Indianapolis, back after this.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA over here, feeling fun.